Okay, folks, we're back. So, as I promised, we're going to go ahead and talk with about the areas between the chapters. So we get some supports, and supports are kind of like the same kind of thing in Fire Emblem. And Fire Emblem, it took you a while to build supports, but in here you automatically get them once the conditions are already met. You don't have to stand by characters or anything. As soon as you get to a certain chapter, the supports will be available. If they have like a handshake next to them, then they will become friends. I think they just get, I want to say they get like a small little buff if they're next to each other or close to each other. I could be wrong. I think it's kind of very similar to Fire Emblem. But let's go ahead and do this, and then we can see what kind of stuff Jules and Devoa is going to cook up. Hey there, Jules. Oh, hi, Devoa. Great to see you. I'm pretty relieved to see you and I ended up on the same team. I'm totally trying to get them. There it goes. I don't know why my mouse was all not even on there. I'm not sure I made it through the academy without you. Yeah, I'm glad we got assigned to the same campaign too. Lucky break, huh? So, what's it been like for you growing up as Viridia as a Sayuni? A Sunyanari. Well, I feel very fortunate. I don't have to say that very long name. I'm just Viridian. But my adopted parents made sure I didn't grow up without knowing about my Sayunari heritage. It sounds like such a wonderful place. Yeah, shame. Outsiders can't show their face anymore without being turned away. They lost so much during the secession war and for basically nothing. They are protective of their way of life, so say my parents. Maybe Viridia's leaders could learn a thing or two from that. I can't imagine what good was coming from the attacks on the Denari temples. Most Viridians are devotees of Dinar. It's as if they're trying to provoke the people. Well, I know you don't like that sort of thing. It's okay. They usually go over my head with this kind of stuff, but I like listening to it anyways. You're great company, Devoa. Sometimes I don't understand your optimism, but I sure appreciate it. Devoa and Jules, to me, they give the impression that they are really good friends from the academy. Maybe potentially even like best friends, I think. At least that's the impression that I get. But I'm not. On one hand, I think that they're very good friends, but on the other hand, I feel like they could be best friends. But they don't have very many conversations outside of, outside of like the mandatory stuff, and then just one or two, maybe three support conversations. But here's Sybil and Jules. Good thing we showed up, huh, Jules? I can't let the others take all the glory. Aw, come on. Glory's not all that important. Says you. You're sweet and all, but you're adopted by rich nobles. The rest of us have to scratch and claw for everything we get. What do you want so badly? Anyways, you're doing great. Jules, have I ever told you that I tried to become a paladin? Not yet, but that seems right up your alley. Exactly, what I keep saying. But the temple leadership says I was too hot-headed and ambitious. Ugh, God. So I'm just here being a plain old army priestess. I'm sorry, Sybil, that seems very important to you. Have you ever seen the girls in the Sisterhood of Justice? They're so amazing and loved by everyone. I have to become a paladin somehow. I just have to. Sorry I'm being so selfish, but what do you want for your future, Jules? Well, I can't say I've thought about it too much. I just take things day by day. Yeah, that's probably easier than trying to chase the future. Or change the future. Rewards. We got 5 stars. So basically we got 10 stars for free, which is very good. So, the supports are over. So let's talk about Marketplace. So we have 4,277 gold, which means we can recruit some people. And some characters here that I'm gonna buy a couple units here. The green units tend to be like one step above these. Basically, there's different tiers. I want to say there's normal, there's common, which is the black. There's uncommon, which is green. I think rare, and then epic, and then legendary, I think. Legendary are the orange. Those are normally the ones that are really good but are very expensive. I'm going to take a look at the trader. Traders is actually where you look at your items. So green is uncommon. 50 unit is 50% more damage than dragons. Horses, I try to buy horses whenever I get a chance, such as now. Elegant Blade, you get +2 squad capacity, which might be helpful in the early game. It's not so helpful in the mid to late game because you're going to have a lot more capacity. This right here, Steel Arm and Sword, it's 56 for a very small boost in strength and armor. Why not? I'm not going to worry about Elegant Blade. 421 seems a lot for right now. Dragon Slayer, we're not going to be encountering dragons very much during the early game. I mean, maybe in the arena, but I'm not going to sweat that too much. So let's go to Organized Army now. So as we have here, Devoa's units can actually class change. That's what that green arrow is right here. I guess that's one good thing about having the mouse. And I want to class change these if I can. So because I have some iron and they meet the requirements for strength, then I can class change them into soldiers. Now, I like soldiers. I like to actually upgrade these. Ooh, he's actually dark too. That's really good. I like to actually upgrade them to champions. These champions have good armor. They have good strength. And they hit twice per one unit. So they're very good at solo and single units. And then I like to actually, between them, put a spear unit, Centurion, because later on you'll get a tech that allows you to actually increase the attack and defense of the units to the left to the sides of the spear unit. So it's really good for that. I really do like to use spear units in conjunction with my champions. Now some people might like Zweihanders more, but I like champions. I really do. And in my opinion, there's really no wrong way to play Symphony of War. There might be, some people might argue there's a better way, or there's a best way, or you want to min and max stuff. I try to do a middle of the road. I do like min maxing, but I also like experiment. And this game has experimentation up the wazoo with different squads. Okay, so I want to go ahead and leave him as a soldier. I'm going to change my other one to a soldier, which actually I can't get him to be a soldier. But this would actually be a very good time to get a spearman, and then I can put him in the front. So let me do one thing. Let me go ahead and buy a yeah, I'm just gonna buy Wyman, and I'm gonna put Wyman right here. This would be a good opportunity to explain the capacity. So capacity, which is right here, this number here is what my capacity is currently, and 55 is how much I can add to my unit. So I'll add a capacity of 10 to my unit. So when I put him in there, he'll actually increase it from 55 to 48. Or I think it was at 38 to 48. So now I can't add another unit, because if I were to try to add another unit, it would be 10 plus 2. I think once you get to 5, it increases by 2 every single time you try to add another unit from here on out. So let me go ahead and change Jacob to a spearman. And he'll get the pull-on warrior ability, which increases attack against cavalry for 35, and he's immune to shock. And shock is a status that I'll talk about here in a minute when we get our first cavalry unit. Artifacts, let's go and give him the Steel Arm and Sword. This gives us a little bit strength, a little bit armor, and that's never a bad thing. Okay, for Zelos, I think he's okay. I think I'll just leave him alone because there's nothing to worry about. Jules, I actually am going to buy him 2 of the archers here. I think I could fit 2 archers on him. And then 8. Now, he can actually fit a lot more because of his ability. And this is what I like about Jules. He has an ability called Archer's Captain as a leader. So as long as he's the leader of the squad, his units that are archers cost 2 less. So that would have cost me 10, but since he has that ability, it's now an 8. So now I have more. I have my units now add less to my capacity, so it's really good. I really like that about Jules. And then for Jules, as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to change him to a light. That way his leadership can go up, and then he'll be probably one of the first units that I have that get 9. Honestly, Sybil. Let's see, Sybil. Sybil only has 5, so she can't do very much. So Sybil, I generally will leave Sybil alone. She's fine the way she is. Some people probably take her apart, but I generally just like to keep my units the way they are. And then I'll make a few units that are not story characters. So let's go ahead and talk about the tech tree. So the tech tree is where you can add passives to your units, or you can increase the way you craft, or you get some extra bonuses here and there. Some of them are much better than others. Others, not so much. So what I'm going to recommend is I'm going to go ahead and get Merchant Invoice. This increases our pool of items we can get. So I like to just to go ahead and just get it from the get-go. So that gives me 1. I have 1 more extra point, which is right here. And to the right of that, you can see my progression on my technology or my rank. So the other one, I might get, let's see here. I don't have very much light. Heavy infantry is just like our normal infantry that I have on Devoa. Metallurgy. We don't have cavalry at the moment. That would be useful once we get our first cavalry unit. Adept Artificer. We don't have a lot of artifacts right now, so that's not a priority. All current scripts start at +1 level, which is half the class mastery at the start class. I probably should have gotten this first when I recruited, but this right here, I'm going to use this to help me build my army. So it'll be 1 more level, and there'll be a half class mastery, which isn't such a big deal right now at the early of the game. But once you start recruiting, you want them to hurry up and start being at the level 2 classes. Then that helps out a lot. Okay, so I think we're good. Let's go ahead and save. And then let me just take one little thing. Actually, I'm gonna. Yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and add 1 to Zelos. He can afford it. I'll give him a healer. Let's go ahead and buy Gabriella. Actually, let me check real quick. Yeah, we'll get Gabriella just so he can have a little bit of healing action. Put her in the back. All right. Actually, he can get like 1 more too. Let's go ahead and get that. Let's go ahead and buy up Theodora. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Theodora. There we go. And Theodora can go on Zelos, and she can help him take on some enemies. The female soldiers turn into sword masters. The men turn into the heavy infantry, and then crossbows and all that. So I think we're good on that. So they have a little bit more power to them, and we still got over 3,000 gold, so that's good. So let's go ahead and deploy. And so this right here is going to be one of our more challenging chapters at the very beginning, because we only got 4 units, and if you want to try to get everything, it could be a bit of a pickle. So we need to go ahead and take out all those people surrounding the town, which they'll just come to us, so we don't have to worry about that. And we will be able to save this town in this unit. And this unit is Barnabas, and Barnabas is actually one of my favorite characters. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this guy out. Jules with his enhanced squad of 5 people will do a lot more damage. And they leveled up. Very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and have Sybil go this way. Sybil can... Actually, no, I'm not going to do Sybil. Let's have Zelos come out here to the front, and he will attack them over here. His archers, we'll take out one of them. Homeboy just deleted that whole front row. And there we go. They're gone, and we get some experience on archers. And let's go ahead and move Devoa right here. I want to go ahead and cover for Jules. I don't want them anywhere near my boy Jules. Okay, they can't attack Jules. Very good. Oh, I forgot to change Devoa to a non-rogue type character, but that's okay. Okay, so we're good. Let's go ahead. This might be one of those games I will save, or one of these levels I will save Scum if I have to. But Barnabas is going to be able to hold that town, especially since he's at a gate. He'll be able to actually defend it really well with extra defense. Devoa, this battlefield has a lot of woods and forests. Woods, being rough terrain, slows down movement a bit, but offers some protection against long-range arrow fire. So if we gotta avoid some infantry that or bows, the best thing to do is go in the woods and you can prevent yourself from getting ginsued by the arrows. Okay, so let's go ahead. They're already weakened, so I might be able to take them out with Sybil. There we go. And they should surrender. Very good. We get one surrender, which means we get a little bit extra gold and one more star. Okay. And then we're going to have... No, not him, Jules. This part right here. We need to weaken them for Zealous. There we go. Well, not super weakened, but they're pretty weakened. And we almost got their freaking healer. Okay. Zealous, please commence the deletion of that front row. She's like, I'll help too. He's like, no, I'll just delete. Do it again, please. Don't hit the healer. There we go. We guess Zealous is like, I don't give a shit. Everyone dies. Okay. And then Devoa can hopefully destroy this unit no problem. Of course, he deletes the healer in the back. And he's going to try to cutely attack my soldier. Alright. We get quite a bit of level up, so we save the town, and we should get Barnabas now. Devoa? What in the world's what's the world coming to with you saving my hide now? It's the least I can do, Barnabas. I owe you the world. Bah, everything you got through your own sweat and grits. Wasn't my doing. It's an honor to fight by your side after all these years. Can't wait to show you what I've learned. Let's plan our approach to Centurion's Rest. If we go right, it looks like we'll be facing two squads of cavalry. Cavalry are fast and powerful warriors, but fall easy to spears. They're guarding stables that we can take for ourselves as war horses for ourselves. I think I said that twice. Devoa, look at those walls. Those archers on top of the walls are protected from long-range attacks, and their arrows will be much stronger. If we can break through and grab up those ramps, we can take those guys out. Or I could try to shoot them from the ground level, but I'll be at a disadvantage. Okay. We can go left for a more direct route, and we got one fort there, guarded by a pretty tough squad. Taking that fort won't be easy. Devoa, the left route is connected by roads. Road terrain allows a high degree of movement range. Basically, if there's a road and you're on it, you'll be able to travel a lot further. Your movement will stretch out a lot longer. Why not both? More objectives to capture, more reward. Alright, so Barnabas is here. Let's go ahead and move him over here. Barnabas is a cavalry unit. Before I move him, let me go ahead and show him off. He has the Knight Captain and the Mentor ability. The Knight Captain allows him to put more cavalry units in his squad at a lower cost, and Mentor helps the soldiers underneath him improve their leadership a lot faster. So if you have some cavalry units in him on his squad, they'll cost less and their leadership level will grow, which in some cases, for some units, if you're trying to raise a secondary cavalry unit, which I like to have 2 or 3 personally, I think cavalry is a very good early investment at the game because they're very powerful. They can charge, and with that charge they can shock the enemy. And for that, let's look at something real quick. For shock, let's see here. Let's go to where's my knights at? Knight's the upper level class, but if you look here, special on offense is squad moved multiple maximum possible range. This unit's first attack is a charge attack, which can stun the enemy. So if we look at, I believe it's shock, that's what they call it. Surround, ambush, friendly attack. Futureville, let's jump to where we find it really quick. Okay, so actually I couldn't find it, but How shock works, I googled it. It's applied via your charge command, and squads with heavy or light infantry movement that move at least 7 tiles or 6 whenever you get your charging tech to lower that amount. They have a chance to inflict shock during their initial charge, and when they are shocked, they don't get an opportunity to attack in the next round of volley. So generally attacks go in twos. So you attack first, then they get a counter attack, and you attack, and then I believe they get a secondary attack. They miss that first attempt, so they don't get to attack that first round. So it's very useful. It limits their attacks on you. And we'll say it with Barnabas here. It's either they get 2 attacks, one on the initial counterattack and the second on the second counterattack, or they just don't get to attack at all, which in that case it's broken. But it only affects just one unit, that the not one unit, but the front row generally are going to be the ones that get shocked more than the second and the back row. Okay, so let's save. I'm surprised they didn't put that in the oh Jesus. And they totally took out. That probably was the fucking thing I was just talking about. Jesus, I can't talk today. That was the charge attack I was probably talking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and take these guys out, and they're dead. And these are bowmen, so they can literally run up to you and then shoot you down. And then one thing about the cavalry I do like, and I hate when the enemy does it to me, is they have a Canto ability just like in Fire Emblem, where they can actually move after they attack you, and it's super annoying. It can be so freaking annoying when they do that, because they attack, they move back, and then they're out of your range. But that also can apply to you if you have a cavalry unit. So here you're going to see me attack with Barnabas. We're going to attack, and they're shocked, so that front row is not going to be able to attack. So now I can go there and finish them off. Very useful. So the back row guy was able to attack because he wasn't shocked, but that front row was shocked. I move him right here, and I'm going to move Jules here on the road. That way you get more movement next turn. Sybil secured the iron mine, and then Zelos is going to try to survive that cavalry. Now he can't charge, so we're safe on that. But they can absolutely charge Devoa, because Devoa was so far back. That was stupid of you to try to do that, dude. So yeah, Denari Temple Devoa. If our troops have fallen in battle, they can be revived there for a fee. The enemy can do the same, so it's best we take those temples no matter what. I've never had an instance where they actually heal their units, but I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but I've never seen that happen. Let's go ahead and finish off this knight, and we can go ahead and get some experience. Now, an interesting thing here with Devoa is that he can take these things, these strategic places too, but it's generally best if his people, his other squads take them, because there's leadership bonuses they can get. But Devoa will automatically get some leadership experience when his people, the other squads, take them. So you absolutely want to let the other squads take it instead of him, because not only does Devoa get the experience, the leadership experience, but his units that capture also get the leadership experience. If Devoa takes it, only he gets the experience. So generally it's better if Devoa hangs back and lets the other units take it. Now, if Devoa's the only person that's within reach of getting it, then I guess go ahead and let Devoa get it. But I generally recommend don't let Devoa get anything like that unless you absolutely have to do it. Okay, let's move Sybil over here. Let's get this. That gives us some gold, and Barnabas gets some leadership experience, and we get a lot of faction experience and gold, so that's always nice. And we want to have as much gold as possible in the next chapter, because there is a bazaar, and bazaars are really something special. I recommend always having a lot of money for these bazaars. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let Devoa seize. Actually, I must stay strong. Yeah, I'll go ahead and let Devoa get that. I didn't want him to get that, but that's okay. You can get 3 horses. We'll get this. And he gets experience, and we get gold and faction experience. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and have Barnabas go. This actually, he has archers, doesn't he? Yeah. So I'm going to have him move right here outside their range. Jules will go over here and secure these gems. Gems are used to upgrade the classes of mages and healers and paladins, maybe? I think maybe paladins. I'm not entirely sure. I don't actually know. I think paladins. Yeah, paladins do need it. I think. No, acolytes need it. You need it to evolve a. I say evolve. It's freaking Pokemon. I have been playing Pokemon in my spare time, but you need them to class change a lady mage into an acolyte. But you need sunstones to class change an acolyte to a paladin. So we got everyone there. So let's go ahead and go here. So I'm going to try to have Devoa push past this archer unit. We should be able to make it through. So we're going to go ahead and just bite the bullet and deal with that damage. Okay, let's go ahead and have Jules attack them here. Hopefully you can do a decent amount of damage. Then I'll get 2 archers, so they're not going to be able to do a lot of damage. Get some experience going. Okay, let's go ahead and have Barnabas attack. Hopefully you can get rid of that, some of that pesky front row. Oh, you ain't doing shit to our cavalry, dude. There we go. It took out some of his front row. Hopefully we get a free action. And free actions, I think, are determined by your morale. The higher your morale, the more of a free action you get.
Here comes Civil. Ready or not.
And in Civil, I'm going to go ahead and have you attack, because why not? There we go. They're fully healed. The only attackers they got are those archers, and they're not going to do very much. There we go. And she levels up. Very good. Okay. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Nothing. Very good. And destroyed. Let's go have Zelos take the Denari Temple. And we get some faction experience. And he gets experience. And then Devoa got experience. So hopefully you saw that. Let's go ahead and have him attack these archers. Because experience. There we go. They're all dead. So we don't have to worry about archers picking off Zelos. Okay. Let's go ahead and have, let's see how far she can go exactly where Barnabas goes. So Barnabas can go there. We're gonna have her heal Barnabas's one guy. That's very badly damaged. I say very badly, but he's probably just mediocrely damaged. Okay, let's go ahead and see where our mission info is. We need to complete this within 10 turns. So we'll have 2 turns to do this. So let's quick save really quick. How far can Devoa move? Devoa can move right over there. Okay, Zelos. I wish that he could move after he used that. Where's the move? There we go. He's just going to have to bite the bullet and not be able to restore his units. Okay. Now the thing I don't like about this is those spearmen are going to hurt Barnabas. So I want to use Jules to do some damage to them, but only 3 of them can attack. Klaus can attack, and his 2 archers can attack, because Klaus is a samurai. Samurai have long and short range attacks. They can spear you with the spear, and he can shoot with bows. So given that he can do that, and he has 2 bowmen, he has 3 archer units in total. And we did quite a bit of damage. And the good thing is he can't heal. So that's a good thing. That's one of the good things about this. So Barnabas, let's go ahead and have him attack. I was hoping they could focus on one person. Yikes, 73. That hurts a lot. There we go. We took out one of his archers. Oh no, Barnabas! Okay, that's okay. Devoa is really close. He can bring up the rear. Okay, let's go ahead and have him go over here. I'm going to have her heal that one archer. That way they don't die. We traded, so that's pretty good. Not the best. Okay, 10 turns. I think we can do this. We can trade, and then we can do some more damage. So I'll go ahead and do that. May not have to trade, but we'll see. Took out one of his units. Alright. There we go. So Devoa will actually end up killing the back row, and hopefully we'll be able to take out the one unit back there.
Here goes nothing.
Let's go ahead and have him shuffle.
For my people, for my homeland.
Let's quick save because I can see this. I'm not going to quick save. I think we'll be all right.
I must stay strong.
It's famous last words ever.
The battle lies before me.
Actually, should I? I think we'll be okay. I really think we'll be okay. He's going to attack from behind, take out the one archer, and he can only attack one unit. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and have... I'm curious. He has 46, but he's dead. So let's see if he'll get 47. So hopefully we get 47. They've reached Centurion's rest. Fall back to keep and prepare our frontal defenses. Donar, save us. So let's see if we get an S right. Hopefully we do. We only took 9 turns. We neutralized all the key squads. And we seized the town, the Denari Temple. We beat the chapter within 10 turns. So we got 40 stars plus 1. That's 41. So we get 75. So that's what? 111, I believe. Plus whatever stars we got on the map itself for capturing the towns. Very nice. 20 years ago in the Imperial Army barracks. We're going to see a young Barnabas here. Sergeant Barnabas, we got another one. Get your men organized and ready to deploy soon. Right? Another Denari Temple. Do you have a problem with that, Sergeant? No, sir. Oh, wait, I'm see if I can do a southern voice. No, sir. The army's being put to good use, sir. That sounds like a hick, not a southerner. Yes, I'm sure you think so. And try to clean up the uniforms up a bit before your men shut that place down. The war is over. The public has eyes on everything we do. With what resources, sir? We barely got enough coin to keep our boys from chopping up my head off in mutiny as it is. And you telling me we have to worry about spit and polish now too? Just find a way, Sergeant. Put down the paperwork and do it your damn self if you have to. We're all on tight budgets. Don't think my spears haven't kicked me around lately, as you were. And here we can see a young Devoa. He's going to jump into the chance of helping Sergeant Barnabas. I can do it, sir. Whoa there, small fry. Who let you in here? I'm sorry. I'll leave. Hey, don't sweat it, kid. Go on home now. Your folks are probably worried sick. Damn. I thought so. Was hoping you had a home to go to. Please, let me clean your uniform, sir. I ain't got nothing to pay you, kiddo. It ain't worth spending the energy. It's okay. Please, sir. The supplies in the basement. Maybe the shields could have a bit more shine on them. And looks like I lost my appetite too. Guess someone will have to take my lunch so it doesn't go bad. Nothing special, but it fills you up. Oh, Barnabas, you're such a good mentor. Which ties into his ability, so let's save our game. So let's save for here.